Hello, my friends. Hello, visitors to our Sun and Moon YouTube channel. My name is Alex Levin, and we're here to practice our meditation together this morning. Thanks for being here. I say that. I hear myself when I watch my own recording. I just hear that. Thanks for being here. Such a quick phrase, but so sincere. So sincere. I love that we do this together, and it feeds me. It feeds my soul to know that there are is a community of practitioners. I will speak for a few minutes about this theme, visitors, that you see in the subject of this video. Nearby, my little dog is sleeping, and there may be sounds you hear from the space that I'm in that's coming through the microphone. And of course, there will be sounds in your space. Yeah, Rue, I'm talking about you. So, while I speak a few minutes, it might be time for you just to ensure that your seat has everything that you have everything that supports a comfortable seat where you can be still for a few minutes, for 12 minutes of meditation. That's really a step not to gloss over too quickly. The support to ensure that we have that, and experience helps teach us that. But not only what we've experienced before, but each day our body may feel different, may have a different need. So do tend to what you're experiencing now rather than just rotely jumping back to what was previously needed. So, visitors. I did for a while know, again know by heart this poem by Rumi, The Guest House, and I'm not sure I remember it by heart anymore, so I'll cheat. So I will read it to you and try to recite it. It's one of my favorites. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, or some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. They may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond, your own personal guide. So these visitors, and I am inspired this morning also by listening to, again, Krista Tippett's interview on Being. I think it's a replay, but it's a conversation with meditation teacher and practitioner Sharon Salzberg. And if you get a chance to listen to it, it's the one from this Thursday, which was the date, the 5th of August, 2021. A lot of gems in there. But one of the things Sharon talks about is this same concept that Rumi invites us to, of visitors. So visitors can be emotional states, they can be physical states, anything that comes to us, any perception. And Sharon's language put it in a slightly different way for me today that tweaked my understanding and my ability to think about and wrap my mind around how we welcome them. Because the word welcome that Rumi uses, welcome them all, but I find a wisdom in, if you think of ourselves as a house and you might even have a front yard, or at least you've got your ring or whatever, you see the person approaching. It's not too smart to just let anyone in, perhaps, or there's a certain wisdom we can bring to how we greet the visitors, and that behooves us. So if we just let our house become overrun by bandits, he says, clearing you out for some new delight, but if it completely wrecks our house, we lose ourselves. And she talks of remembering who lives here. remembering who lives here. And one of my teachers, Linda Delman, would use the word sovereignty. Know your own sovereignty. You are the master or mistress of the house. You are the resident of the house, the responsible party, and it's your house. So Sharon suggested that you invite them in for a meal. I would say maybe even just a cup of tea, but that you don't want them overrunning the house. And most guests, most cultured guests, most kind guests would not overrun the house. And that's where, well, that might be another topic to explore. How do you cope with it when you feel like you're getting overrun by your visitors? So this is where our sovereignty or our setting up boundaries are saying, okay, time for you to leave. I've got something to tend to, or managing it in some way. So what you might be hearing in all this is this relationship we have to our visitors, to our different emotional states, our mind states, our thoughts, our experiences, our physical states, and other relationships. And how does this all square? How does it relate to the meditative practice? And so the meditation practice where we commit to a time of being still, of not physically responding to even an itch. I've got bites. I think there might be oak mite bites that are very itchy, or we might have a fly land on us and itch, or just like I just touched my nose. So we commit to stillness, and that stillness of our body helps to invite a stillness of the mind. If you've noticed, if you try to force your mind, towards stillness, to be still, we can often meet with not too much success in that. But if we let our body be still, if we go back to that first step I was talking about of really ensuring that you have a comfortable seat, a supported seat, a place, that your place is supported, a very essential first step, that will support getting the body to be still. And then in that stillness, as we go through these 12 minutes together or any of your meditation practices, another great lifeline, and Sharon Salzberg also mentions this in her talk with Krista Tippett, is that we realize what's most important is the returning to our intention, to our practice when we have forgotten it, when our mind has drifted off to plans, to whatever your top 10 activities of your mind are. There's no problem with that. There's, in fact, the fact that we can notice that is, as I've said many times, a moment of awakening. So you've had that a number of times. So you have it in you. You have the flavor, the feel of that. And what we choose to do right there, whether we punish ourselves or we tell ourselves we're a poor meditator, and all that is fine too. And we can keep being aware of that. And then the return. The return is always available. Come right back. Come back here. So let's practice it together. I open our meditation with a bell and a bow, and then I close with the same gestures. And the bow, as I bow with one hand coming to center because my hand is holding the bell, the other one, but the two hands coming together, the yin, the yang, always another for each one. And then we choose after the bow where we set our hands in our seated posture. I sometimes have placed my hands palm down on my legs, and recently I place the back of the left hand into the palm of the right hand, the thumb tips lightly touching. And the middle knuckles kind of nestling into each other. The thumb tips and the hand create like a circle right in front of my lower dantian. The backs of my forearms and wrists rest against my body lightly. And my arms and shoulders are not completely just droopy, but relaxed down, but alert in a sense. My elbows bent slightly. And then I notice I'm breathing and take my attention into the body and down. Down to this crucial supporting step of finding the feel of support, the feel, the actual sensation through the skin and bones and cells and nervous system of my body meeting the cushion and carpet textures. And just as we're breathing, we can let our attention, like the beam of a flashlight, linger on sensations at sits bones, at pelvic floor, and just noting distinctions, difference between the feel of the left and right. The sense that our body, our nervous system can register and sense where's my skin and what it's experiencing, what are the sort of layers of flesh, the feel of bones, and even going deeper into the bones of my pelvis and legs, toward the marrow, toward the marrow. And we can also sense outside of us the sense of how our body, nervous system registers the textures of what your body's touching, be it the cushion or blankets or carpet, and a sense of going down toward the center of the earth. There I sense a hardness under the carpet that in my house is tile floor, which I know through visual and tactile experience, but I know it right now. I know it freshly. And feel for yourself. You might let your attention lightly sense what's below that, the concrete of my garage ceiling, space of the garage, and then the concrete floor of the garage, and under that, earth and rock, and just this unfathomable depth of geology. My one point on the ground on this planet, all the way drawn by gravity to the center of the earth. And that line that I've just described is also goes upward. That's the support, the levity coming up. It comes right through the center of us, right up through the belly, the heart, the throat, the head, upward, 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 out, radiating out from the center of the planet, Earth, of our planet. And as we lightly visit with all these experiences, we might start to note the stillness that is present, the watchful, the ever present awareness, the emptiness that contains all these particulars, that births them all and receives them all back. And you might note just a little tangent of that the eyes can be soft and perhaps closed or perhaps gazing downward gently with a diffuse focus that mimics how attention can both be lightly on a particular and aware of the fuzzy edges all around infinitely. The infinite presence awareness that we are. Lightly noting the breath and lightly noting any visitors. More and more noting as if from that infinite diffuse space, like the heavy ache in my back shoulder. Some of the visitors you might, are easy to just sort of keep that light touch and presence, but not entanglement. And other visitors may grab you and subsume all your attention, take you on a trip. To where you start to forget who it is that lives here. And at that moment of remembering, maybe a little celebration of that remembering, and just come back, return to your true identity. spacious, infinite, present awareness. Again, as I often encourage, be gentle with the transition. We can become quick at it. We can become quick at shifting and agile at shifting from this meditative state to the next one. But do be attentive to it, the shift, and maybe you have something to jump into that's next in your day, and that's fine. But it's valuable to feel to note the difference of the qualities, to feel them. And so this meditative quality we can come back to, and this agility of mind states, and we might have sampled its flavors as we were in meditation practice, as visitors come and we respond in one way, and we're not even moving, but mentally we respond, emotionally we respond, physically, sensorially we respond. And we can just be aware of how we are responding, and we can ameliorate a lot of our own suffering by choosing a response that's more well aligned, and that comes from really taking in what's present here, what the flavor of it is, what the qualities of it are. So similarly, our Sun and Moon community, sunandmoonstudio.com online has proven to be so agile. We're a long-time community of many friends and skilled people who do their jobs in keeping the community going. And as the circumstances around us change, you'll see if you keep in touch with us and make sure you get our newsletter, or that Annie writes about every 2 weeks, I think. So to keep up, and it's real brief and just keeping us posted. So do check in with that. Um, I'm forgetting right now, but there are some exciting new developments in the community, and we are offering classes in person and as well as online. So do check in, and I'll see you again here at 10 o'clock Eastern Time on Sundays on the YouTube channel of Sun and Moon. Enjoy your day and any visitors that you entertain. Ciao, ciao. Peace. So grateful to everyone in our community. Bye bye.